Imagine a world where treatment is not just pills or surgery, but ancient rituals steeped in centuries of wisdom and magic, guarded by folk legends. These traditions were formed under the influence of spiritual beliefs, deep respect for nature, and the desire for harmony of body and soul, surviving despite the shocking sanctions of time. Today, such practices not only cause surprise, but also cause conflicting feelings. Some see them as a source of healing, others, a mysterious force that can only be guessed at. In this section, we will go to countries where ancient rituals and modern methods of treatment have merged to form a unique healthcare system based on magic and faith. In India and Southeast Asia, traditional medicine is organically combined with magical ritual practices, and in Africa, healing rituals and the use of rare herbs are imbued with spiritual meaning. Many peoples consider such methods an integral part of their lives, combining science and mysticism into a single whole that helps them fight diseases and restore health. These ancient rituals, which have passed through the centuries and survived our time, contain mysteries and symbols that are revealed only to a select few. They include complex ceremonies, spells, and magical formulas passed down from generation to generation, strengthening the connection between man and the inexplicable power of nature and the universe. Despite modern progress, these secrets continue to inspire people and remain awake in the depths of people's memories, opening a window into long-vanished eras and their unique view of health and harmony. Exotic methods often seem incredible, from black magic and ritual sacrifices to the use of unusual substances and amulets, which, according to the belief of the people, have powerful healing powers. These practices cause sincere admiration and bewilderment among modern scientists, because they often contradict scientific standards but continue to work and help those who believe in them. It is this mysterious mixture of surprise and doubt that turns them into a powerful cultural phenomenon, raising questions about the boundaries of medicine and human faith. In Japan, ancient spiritual healing practices have entered everyday life, combining meditative techniques, acupuncture, and magical rituals that help not only the body, but also the spirit. These methods amaze specialists with their depth and subtlety, since they often go beyond conventional medical knowledge, striving for harmony between man and the world around him. As a result, Japanese practices become not only a unique form of therapy, but also a reflection of a special worldview, where faith and science are intertwined into a single whole. In India, Ayurveda, an ancient system of knowledge about life and health, is inextricably linked with mystical rituals that complement and enhance its effect. Here, healing practices include not only the use of herbs and oils, but also rituals, prayers, and energy-infused ceremonies aimed at balancing spiritual and physical forces. This synthesis of science and magic turns Ayurveda into a holistic system, where faith and tradition come to life and help thousands of people achieve harmony and health. In Africa, healing rituals rely on the wealth of natural resources and the magical wisdom of the people, where rare herbs are combined with spells and spiritual rites. Master healers, who are the keepers of ancient knowledge, conduct complex ceremonies in which each herb and each gesture is filled with meaning and the power of higher powers designed to drive out disease. This synthesis of nature and magic not only heals the body, but also strengthens a person's connection with ancestors and the spiritual world, preserving the rich cultural heritage and faith of the people. In Mexico, magical amulets and ancient rituals are tightly woven into the fight against diseases, becoming part of popular ideas about health and protection. Each talisman, decorated with symbols and runes, is considered to be the bearer of a powerful energy force capable of driving out ailments and attracting well-being. These traditions continue to live, strengthening the people's connection with deep cultural memory, and turning treatment into a ritual filled with mystical meaning and the power of faith. These methods are considered an integral part of the cultural identity of the people, as they have been passed down from generation to generation as a sacred heritage, preserving the connection with ancestors and the history of the country. Faith in their power is strengthened through stories and rituals, turning them into symbols of national spirituality and unity. It is this deep faith that makes them not just practices, but a vital part of the worldview, without which many people cannot imagine their life and health. The modern medical community treats these traditions with caution and skepticism, demanding scientific evidence of their effectiveness and safety. Many doctors consider them part of the cultural heritage, but emphasize the need to integrate such practices into the healthcare system only under strict control and proven results. At the same time, more and more research projects are emerging that try to understand the hidden potential of these methods and find common ground between traditional faith and modern medicine. These stories tell of people who lost hope in traditional treatment, who found faith in magic, and regained health thanks to the power of ancient rites and rituals. They share their experiences of how unusual methods help to get rid of chronic diseases and restore balance in life, often in moments of despair and hopelessness. Such cases are inspiring and raise a profound question about the boundary between science and faith, reminding that for many, magic is an unpredictable faith capable of performing miracles. When magical practices penetrate the culture, traditions, and everyday life of a people, they become a symbol of national identity, uniting generations and preserving the uniqueness of cultural heritage. These rituals and beliefs begin to play an important role in the formation of common spirit and pride, turning into an integral part of national identity. Thus, magic becomes not just a method of healing, but a powerful cultural phenomenon that determines the face of a people and its historical memory. Experts point out the possible risks of using magical methods, emphasizing the need for caution and a critical approach, since some practices can cause harm or mask serious diseases. They strongly recommend combining traditional methods with modern medicine and not replacing life-saving therapies with proven means. At the same time, experts recognize the value of preserving cultural traditions if they do not threaten human safety and are under the control of professionals. The question of the effectiveness of such practices remains open and causes heated debate among scientists and doctors, because the evidence base is often absent or questionable. Many argue that faith and mental attitude can significantly improve well-being, but critics warn that relying solely on magic without resorting to modern methods is dangerous. Ultimately, the effectiveness of such methods depends on the faith of the person and the situation, but it is important to remember that hope and faith are not a substitute for scientific treatment. These traditions reflect the deep values, beliefs, and worldview of the people, where harmony with nature and the spiritual world are considered the keys to healing and well-being. They reveal the peculiarities of a person's attitude to life, death, and invisible forces, showing how faith and magic are intertwined with everyday reality. In general, such habits and rituals serve as living evidence of the rich cultural heritage and unique mentality of peoples, shaping their worldview and identity. Behind these unusual traditions lies not only a belief in supernatural powers, but also deep cultural values, historical features, and ways of understanding the world, passed down from generation to generation. Magic is their tool, and culture is a source of meaning, strengthening the people's connection with ancestors, nature, and spiritual reality. Ultimately, these practices are an expression of a worldview and identity, in which faith and cultural roots are intertwined into a single system that determines a way of life and an understanding of health. In modern society, mystical practices still have their place, embodying the primordial connection of man with ancient faith, culture, and spirituality, despite the development of science and medicine. These practices continue to attract those who seek alternative ways of healing, hope, and meaning in a world where rationality does not always provide answers. The question of their role remains open. Is it magic, culture, or part of our common human nature? An important topic for reflection that encourages us to rethink the boundaries between faith and knowledge. This question makes us think about the limits of human perception and the ability to believe where science still remains unanswered, strengthening inner strength and hope. When faith becomes a source of strength capable of overcoming fear and pain, and not just an alternative to scientific knowledge, it has a special place in a person's life. Ultimately, this philosophical question highlights the importance of finding a balance between the spiritual and the rational, recognizing the power of both in shaping the human world and its perception of reality. In conclusion, it can be said that these traditions and magical practices are not just methods of healing, but a profound reflection of the unique culture and worldview of peoples, where faith and spiritual rituals are intertwined with the understanding of health and harmony with the surrounding world. They confirm that human nature seeks answers in mysticism and culture, creating a special connection between the body, soul, and higher powers. Such an amazing synthesis shows how faith and traditions continue to live and influence modern society, reminding us of the richness of human heritage. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the most amazing and mysterious stories from the world of culture, medicine, and faith that will expand your understanding of the world. Don't miss new videos filled with incredible discoveries and real miracles, because each of them contains answers to the most important questions of our time. Stay with us to discover even more fascinating facts and mysteries that challenge your perception of reality. In the next episode, we will dive into the world of amazing healing rituals practiced in the vastness of Asia, where ancient traditions continue to amaze with their diversity and depth of meaning. You will learn about secret rituals that help restore health and harmony, combining spiritual and physical healing. Don't miss this fascinating look at practices that have survived for centuries and still arouse admiration and interest.